baby.
Hi. Hello, here's Miss Tuesday from Twiocity. Yay! Okay. Well, our theme for this week is to talk about our Breaking Dawn theories. And I don't really have one big theory, I have like little snippets of information or theories, whatever. First of all, big things first, I think Bella will change into a vampire. Edward and Bella will get married, except there'll be some little complications, and they will have sex. And I think all of these things will happen because they've been talked about a lot in the previous books, and it's pretty important for them to happen, I think, at least. So yeah. Now, and I think there'll be a war between the Cullens and werewolves, I think. Because, remember the treaty, whatever it's called? They made a treaty that the Cullens wouldn't bite or kill a human there, but when they're going to bite Bella, it would be breaking the treaty, and they would have to start a war. So yeah, and I'll talk about that more later. Okay, first of all, I think the Denali clan will show up in some place in the book. I think it would be at the wedding, because I think they'll be invited. I don't know if they'll come, but at least they'll be invited, and they will show up. I'm pretty sure about that, because they're like the only friends Cullens have in the vampire world. And yeah, and I think that on Jacob's journeys, remember when he ran away in the end of Eclipse, he'll meet the Hawkeye, and they'll talk and stuff. Okay, and I think that Charlie will find out about vampires and werewolves. I think there'll be a new character, not in a very minor role, but kind of like Lee, you know, and the other werewolves. But they'll not be very important. And I think we'll know more about Emma's history, because we know a lot about all the other Cullens, except Emmet and Esme. I don't think that Jacob will imprint. I think that his love for Bella was so strong that he could imprint, but he just can't meet the right person. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. But okay, and the last thing before I go to the war. I think that Irene, however you pronounce it, will try to kill Jacob. Because remember when in New Moon, Bella was in the meadow, and Lawrence came to try and kill her, but then the werewolves, kind of Jacob in the lead, you know, came to save Bella and killed Lawrence. So an Eclipse, we were told that Irene had feelings for Lawrence. So because Jacob killed Lawrence, Irene will try to kill him, because it's revenge, and vampires are pretty passionate about revenge. For example, Victoria, about James, and yeah, the war. I think that someone will die. That's pretty obvious, I think. I think a werewolf and a vampire will die. And, but I really don't know who. Whoever it is still going to be really sad. And I think the Volturi will join the war. I think they'll fight on the vampire side, but they won't like help the Cullens if they get into trouble, you know? Yeah. And I think that's about it. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Twilight news. First of all, I was surfing the net one day about the Twilight movie, and I found that it is on IMDb that the movie will come to Finland, where I live, in February, 13th of February. I was like, no, I can't wait for 2 months after you guys have seen it. Seriously, 2 months is way too much. And then I was in the bookstore yesterday buying something for my plane trip because we're leaving for the US on Friday. Woo! And then I asked about Breaking Dawn, how fast it will come to Finland. And the person at the bookstore said that I think it'll take a few weeks. There was like, a few weeks? Why do I have to live in this little stupid country here, far away from everything? Everything comes in too late. I can't wait 2 weeks for Breaking Dawn. Seriously. I mean, I can't even go to the net because there will be tons of spoilers. Oh, this sucks so much. Oh. The actual news on Twilight. Today is Tuesday, so it should be Twilight Tuesday. But because it's like 8 hours ahead of the US here in Finland, when I'm making this video it's still like 3 o'clock AM in US, so Twilight Tuesday hasn't really aired yet. So I'll just talk about last week's topics. So the Cullen Crests. They talk like, oh, it's new, a Cullen Crest, but most of us already knew about it, remember? On the promo picture where all the Cullens were, the dark background and Edward looking like he had neck pain, you know? That one we saw that Rosalie had the necklace, remember? And I think it's really cool. I found that, I mean, I didn't find it, but I found a link to it. The site where we can look at them more specifically, I link it. And yeah, I think it's really cool that they all have the crest, something that was in the book, a little fun detail. Okay, the clip. Woo! I link it too to that little box next to me. And it seemed kind of stalkerish, like, hey Edward, you won't even say hello to me, follow me Edward, you know, kind of creepy. But I thought it was really funny when Rob said that, yeah, I had an adrenaline rush. It's pretty common, you can Google it. I was like, okay, that was random. It was really weird. I just laughed and laughed at it. It's funny how the Google thing went into the conversation. And Jessica, at the end, when Jessica came like, hey Bella, guess who just asked me to the prom? I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, Jessica seems so teenish, you know? I know she's kind of like a pretty popular girl, she's supposed to be, but I was like, that doesn't seem very real, you know? She seemed just kind of weird to me. And yeah. And now...
Cause I got something, and it goes thumping like this.
Okay, it's challenge time. Woo! Okay, soon I'm going to pick one name from my beautiful challenge box. It's... Okay, so whoever I pick, you have to do a collage of pictures on Twilight. They can be about anything. Like, just like them on a big paper or board, and just glue pictures on them, and just something that represents your Twilight fandom, your favorite things about it. Da, 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 da. Twiocity Day! Michelle! Woo! And see you next week. Bye!